Pleasure to have you return to the Coin Lady channel. There was a great deal of carnage in the market, and we witnessed it ourselves as it was battered to death. Having said that, I am still quite optimistic about Ripple and XRP. My continued tremendous bullishness on XRP is going to be laid out for you in this video for a number of reasons. The only thing I ever ask is that you hit the like button and put an X in the comment box if you enjoy discussing Ripple and XRP. Please share the film so that people all across the globe can understand the digital revolution for what it really is. On the surface, our 183% increase in value and volume is intriguing, but what really stands out is that XRP is just 47 cents here today. There has been a great deal of upheaval and speculation in the market recently, with many people asking why Ripple Labs hasn't increased the price of XRP sooner. Actually, that does bring up the whole market again, doesn't it? Because Bitcoin has lost 4.5% of its value and is down 3.3% worldwide. However, XRP is doing reasonably, either up or down by about 1%. Now that's some street entertainment. And speaking of MT, GOX, which has been in the news before, not once, but multiple times, in the past, threatening, or rather, stating, that it will begin returning Bitcoin funds held by holders from a decade ago. To put it another way, if priced at the market price 2 days from now, that would amount to billions and billions of dollars at first glance. However, according to Japanese law, also known as FTX, the creditors of Mt. Gox will receive 483 Bitcoin for every Bitcoin, and this information originated from Marty Party. The 9 billion that they were effectively stating amounts to approximately 72 million given to clients, which would not cause any market volatility at all. That's 0.008 Bitcoin for every Bitcoin held at the moment. However, at this point in time, my mind is on whether or not the attorneys, the Japanese government, and the remaining Bitcoin will be able to salvage the situation. We will closely monitor this development, but for the time being I will jump right into the Ripple material and explain in this video why I think this coin will have a 345-digit value in the future. David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple, explains how the company plans to use the XRPL token, XRP being the bridge asset, to revolutionize banking in the same way that email revolutionized communication. Now, I'll give you 3 reasons why I think Ripple and XRP are great investments, regardless of whether you own any XRP or not. That is, in my opinion, the surest way to ensure future success, and I feel completely comfortable saying this. I am not going to give you any financial advice. This is completely not financial advice. Please, remain here with me. Somebody just spent 961 million Bitcoin while you're freaking out. Just so we're clear, I don't actually own any Bitcoin right now. I possess an enormous quantity of XRP along with a handful of other coins. As a store of value, I'm open to the idea of investing in Bitcoin. However, considering what I think is in store for XRP, I don't see why I should hold Bitcoin now that businesses and institutions will need to store a lot of XRP to make transactions cheaper. The result will be an increase in pricing. That's the most important thing to grasp about this deflationary asset, you guys. Once we move past this case, which I'll get to in a second, institutions will buy and hold a lot of XRP because it will be useful in everyday transactions and because it will make those transactions cheaper. As Swift is at the moment. Because it isn't designed for us individuals, but for the institution, this will not be visible in the immunizations. Therefore, why aren't banks currently driving up the price? And that is the question that captivates all. I realize this is probably going to seem repetitive, but the reason is because the RIP on SEC litigation is still ongoing. Considered a major component. Also, I'd estimate, and I believe it's safe to say, roughly 90%. This is why we must simply go on. And listen, folks, if we reach a verdict or hear from Judge Torres by the start of September, rather than 70 months or years, we're looking at about 70 days. If you share my optimism about blockchain technology's potential, and I think it's fair to say that every major institution on the planet shares this optimism as well, then you must believe in Ripple. Every day, we witness the largest and best Fortune 500 corporations, as well as BlackRock and other global institutions, investing in blockchain technology. Why? in order to propel XRP innovation as a business. How are they managing to be an asset that connects the world? The reason being that they have connections to a plethora of central banks around the world. As of my most recent update in April 2024, I recently inquired through Claude. The usage of XRP has been investigated or tested by a number of banks and other financial organizations. Many of us are aware of and can confirm to that, I believe. However, there was still limited acceptance by big banks for their normal operations. What I can say is that when it comes to cross-border transfers using XRP, some smaller financial institutions, especially in developing regions, have been more receptive to trying it out. Due to regulatory uncertainties, larger traditional banks like Bank of America have traditionally been reluctant about directly employing cryptocurrencies like XRP. I'll get into that in a little. We now have bipartisan support, which is something I've been discussing extensively. If you want to see some of my earlier films, you can do so. A glimmer of hope has emerged at last. In my opinion, we will receive some kind of resolution this year. As I mentioned earlier today, January 1st, I do think the Bank of International Settlements will begin going operational. We know we need a high price, though, because of volatility. This all starts in 2020 and involves coordinating with major financial institutions like Santander, Bank of America, PNC, and the rest of the Standard Charter banks that are known to be collaborating with Ripple. When dealing with, say, Bank of America, with assets of up to $3 trillion, Bank of America is one of the biggest banks in the US, and I don't believe I need to tell you that it is one of the biggest financial organizations in the world. Corporations around the world and tens of millions of individuals in the United States are served by the bank. Plus, there are over 200,000 people using it. Keep in mind that governments, countries, and corporations are all involved in this new industry. It's early. If we are invested in XRP, then we are invested in all of this, and we are fortunate. Believing in XRP is like having a direct line to the decision makers in the financial system. That is the reality of the digital age, my friends. Sending you a subscribe and like request. Take care.